Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check 30.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Straight ahead is Hall. Pushing through the contact. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Jets at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. But you look at this defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, 88.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 30 yards there. And, of course, the 1st down as well.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the 2 of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Able to power through. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Hall again. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry for Raheem Mostert, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hall again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it second down and 12. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
At the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll run with Hall. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Rodgers now on third and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
Patterson's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's second and 3. Looking to pass. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to the 43. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Tua sets up to pass it. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Second and 6.
Let's go.
Now Tua. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And no sign of Tua departing. 4th down, they're going for it. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their... as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Throwing is Rodgers. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Being chased out left. Smith catches left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Tua, the final shot before half. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Tua. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
While the incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Tua going to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. So he stopped for no gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a 2nd and 10. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's 2nd and 10.
Inside.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Powering his way forward. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And this ball is going to be touchdown just shy of midfield.
At the 47-yard line.
Teammate, hey, check 26. Look again.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Look again.
A handoff for Hall. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Gets this one to Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this down to the 32. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
From the gun, it's Tua. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Tua on fourth down. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Play action. Now it's Tua. This is Smith with a grab. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's Mostert, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after, right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Fighting down past the 45. And the Jets have got it. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Left side complete to Lockett. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Rodgers. This one deep for Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Buying time to his left. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Now Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now to common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua to throw again. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Go ahead.
Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Gets through, and now an opening. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's second and 1. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
I know with the wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll go again with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Back to throw, Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
Back north.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Go ahead.
Throwing Tua. Connecting with Hill. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's got to complete to Waddle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers throwing here. This pass out wide to Hall.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Hall. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. They'll run again. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Jets, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders. And for Charles...
Backyard, be like a stampede. I make a trash car feel like it's a band lead. Hanging said, okay, okay, loser. We go way, way back, I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt. You cannot come to the cookout, get your hand up at the cooler. She was in my seat, I had to scoot her. She was at her knees, I had to boot her. She just left the team like we ain't knew her. She just left the team like, okay, loser. Yeah, okay, loser. I ain't out on my lonesome. They want me to loan some. I made a fortune. They can't let that go none. I'm doing so much that costs a shoulder. I don't blow it all on a VVS boulder. I put the verse in the Achi. I put the girl in the top teeth. Rock on my hand, make the rock wanna flock to the stands, cause my eye always watching. I said, okay, okay, loser. We go way, way back, I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt. You cannot come to the cookout, get your hand up at the cooler. She was in my seat, I had to scoot her. She was at her knees, I had to boot her. She just left the team like we ain't knew her. She just left the team like, okay, loser. Okay, loser. And I said loser, loser, loser. Why the always coming at the woodwork? Don't know why she mad, cause ain't nothing I did to her. She just out here plotting on my, I call her steward. She the lowest, she so down and out of sewer. Growed up, back your age, you immature. Maybe one day you gon' create some allure. Maybe one day you'll be great and go on tour. Like me, hey, okay, okay, loser. We go way, way back, I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt. You cannot come to the cookout, get your hand up at the cooler. She was in my seat, I had to scoot her. She was at her knees, I had to boot her. She just left the team like we ain't knew her. She just left the team like, okay, loser. Okay, loser, ay.
I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the